Well, there's something shitty in Denmark tonight. I'm not buying it. Something's not right, guys. Something's not right, man. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hear me out. Hear me out, okay? We all know that BRI is a paid handler. I said that from jump, all right? And paid handlers, you know, and she's a good one. We know that. Look how much she goes to bat for her. Look, she is a staunch fucking pit bull of defending her friend, but it's not her friend. That's her job. She's good at what she does. She will take any pile of shit and try to twist it into something it's not. Right? There's millions of examples. I don't need to go there. We all know that. And when asked, these same people, because Bree's not known, Bree doesn't give a fuck. You guys, she comes on here crying and playing these games with us. It's all fake. It's all a facade, man. Hear me out. She doesn't care at all what any of us think about her. Bree does not give a rat's ass about what we think about her. She's laughing. She doesn't care. She knows at any time she can just shut off TikTok and YouTube and walk away forever. She's a paid handler. That is why she just came out of nowhere. What's the story? Oh, well, she met Christy and this and that. And the next thing you know, she's here. She just jumped in, guys, like a fucking attorney or a spokesperson or something. Gypsy's pussy ass won't even, her coward ass won't even go on anywhere. Bree has to do it. And the other one, Sheena, Big Sheena, I'm not sure yet if she's a paid handler. I know what she's sniffing around for. We know what she's sniffing around for. She's into Gypsy. That's all that is. And who knows what's going on with those two? I don't care. You know, I don't care. I'm sure Big Sheena's probably giving her exactly what she wants. But that's neither here nor there. Bree is paid to be there. And that's why, you guys, she jumped out of nowhere. This bitch gets out of prison in December. Bree out of nowhere. There's B. Oh, well, this is a friend of Christie's. You guys fall for everything. Just like, why would Ken start writing a woman in prison like that killed her mother? That prissy thinks he's better than everybody, thinks he's smart, you know, tries to use big words. He misuses them all the time, you know, when he does pop up. And like he's Mr. Cool and Mr. Better than everybody. Would never, ever, ever, and he's gay as shit. His gayness can be seen from space. No slight to that, but come on, guys. He would never write women in prison, especially. Come on, man. And what happens? They put it off of, well, his mother Raina had him do it. His mother Raina put him up to it. And then when you corner Raina on it, all she had to say was this, guys. Well, I thought it would be fun. I thought it would be interesting and fun. Something interesting and fun to write a motherfucker in prison that killed her mother. It's all a big act. He's a paid handler. He's an actor. And she's a paid handler. But when these people are asked, when they're asked to fall on the sword and be the sacrificial lamb, they'll do it too. And I'm telling you, that's why Bree was given the account of Gypsy's 9 million followers for Christmas. No, it wasn't. It was to hand it over to her so they can lose a bunch of followers. That's also why Bree is going out of her way to talk shitty to. If you notice, it's been pointed out to me a bunch of times. Okay? I'm not the only one onto this. She's talking shitty to Gypsy's followers. She wants them to start hemorrhaging. So it looks like if a whole bunch start to leave right now, well, it's because of Bree. And then when they all trickle away, because people are going to start, little by little, they're going to see these sicko fucking movies she made, videos rather, she made not, 10, 12, 13 years, whatever. I don't give a fuck. She's the same nasty motherfucker she is in those videos. Okay? She's the same nasty bitch she was in those videos. And Bree's trying to spin it. But here's the deal. That's why she took that account, guys. That is why. So Gypsy doesn't just stand there in her account, go, lose $50,000 or whatever account, all these people a day. When it really gets bad, now it can look like Bree. But here's the other thing, guys. This her getting pulled over with the meth thing, something's not right with that. Something's not right with that, man. It was too good. It was too easy. It's the way people that get caught with drugs get caught, is what I'm saying. You hear it a million times. They had a headlight out. They got pulled over and searched. Or, and she had the plate and the headlight. Those are two ways. Guys, she told us herself, How many times have people got my car where I have to take a cab or I got to do this or that? Then why would she even chance it? Why would she do this? And how about she comes on here and brags? First of all, when you have to brag about doing good deeds and helping people like she did in her little fucking indignant rant trying to defend her arrest and how, you know, we're just all scumbags for talking about it. Don't get me started on that. Her indignant bullshit rant part 2. You know, damn, I lost my fucking train of thought. But what I'm telling you is that little rant of hers was all staged too. Went back to the same old talking points, same old verbiage. First of all, she comes on here. Oh, what? First of all, we're supposed to believe that she tells everybody the reason we're so interested in her arrest and all this bullshit is because of our differing opinions with her on this case. It has nothing to do with that, Bri. It's because you are an asshole. That's why. Because you are a fucking evil asshole. That's why. Don't get me started. So she said that, and then she goes like this. Gypsy got out, and you wanted her to be the perfect victim. There you go, guys. Those were the talking points Gypsy was told to use when she first got out. We remember. She's crying, you wanted me to be the perfect victim. Well, there is no perfect victim. And she used the same exact verbiage right there. This is what they're being told to do. Just like when Gypsy said, shirked off the one thing that we nailed her on. So she was doing when something happened, she goes, oh, well, I was in my 20s. Oh, the email started coming out. You guys, I was in my 20s then. She was told to say that. Someone told her, just tell me you were in your 20s, you know. But you know what? Bitch, you were 33 when you said it. There's that 33 again. Okay, your 20s was, you know, last week. When you're in your 60s and you're talking about the crazy shit you did in your 20s, okay, well, okay. Not when you're fucking 33, bitch. Nice try. And that was staged. They told her to say that, okay? Bri went on there and did a whole thing. That was all, she was all told to say that. You wanted her to be the perfect victim and they don't, da-da-da-da-da-da. Bri doesn't care what we think about her. This is a distraction, guys. This whole thing is a distraction. That's all this is what I'm getting to. That's my point. That's my point. And Bri brags about all the money they made. Well, why didn't her community make sure this motherfucker had insurance and a tag? That doesn't take that much money. No. And this is how we're going to be able to tell, man. Watch how fast these charges are dropped against Bri. Watch how fast they're dropped against Bri. And this is what she's going to tell us. Because they couldn't prove that purse was mine. And nice try, Bri. But again, I know how this works. I know the elements of that crime. Okay, I know how this works, guys. Sorry. I know the elements of that crime, and guess what? It's never, ever, ever, ever an excuse if it's your car. If anybody shits in there, okay. In fact, really, if you borrow another person's car, you really are responsible. There's some nuance there, and there's some case law there. However, maybe with a rental car. And guys, that's why they're so stringent about when you drop off a rental car, it's supposed to be clean, it's supposed to be everything out of it, and they're supposed to check it before another person gets it. Okay? But if something's found stashed big time in a weird way in a rental car, there's a bunch of cases on that too. But if it's your car, there's no excuse. It doesn't matter who borrowed it. It doesn't matter what's going on. That does not matter. It doesn't matter. In fact, in the states I was in, you could not bring that as a defense even if it went to trial. I mean, you can say whatever you want pre-trial, working out a plea agreement. The state and the defense attorney can say whatever the fuck they want between one another. But you cannot even raise that as a defense if it were to go to trial. You can't say, if it was in your car, well, that was someone else's shit. You can't do that. Again, there's case law. If you are borrowing someone else's car and the way in which the shit was found and all this, there's nuance. And again, a rental car situation. If it's your car, you're out of gas. And this bitch already told us, when I got pulled over, I knew the car was going to get towed because I knew I had no insurance on my car. So she's already said it was hers. So when she comes on here and tries to tell us that the charges were dropped because, like I said, they couldn't prove that purse was mine, she's lying to you. And when that happens, if that happens, then we're going to know that this was a whole big setup. When you're in that big club, guys, this is the type of things they'll do for you. All right? If it goes down that way, then we'll know it was that. This is a distraction, guys. She has got to get the distractions off of this shit with these videos. This is horrible. And now this Carolina girl's releasing more. And you know the other ladies at Into the Weeds and the other one, 1980 Millennial Commentates. Shout out to all these ladies. You know they're working on shit. And you know Becca Scoop's right around the fucking corner analyzing it all. Putting out video after video, analyzing the madness. And pointing out shit that I never noticed the first time through. So if she's pointing out shit to me that I didn't notice the first time through, it's happening with other people too. And she's got to divert from that. And this is a huge distraction. So if it gets dropped right away and what I just said goes down, then we know even the police were in on this, and this was just a big charade. This was just a big stage thing. And I know that sounds ridiculous to you guys, but when you're in that big club and you're promised, because you drank of the cup of the blood of the sacrifice and they got it on film, then they're going to do what they got to do for you. A deal's a deal. And I hate to say it, but their side always keeps up with their end. Always. So yes, they will go that far. Now, here's the other thing it could be, and I'm leaning towards. Gypsy's so evil and so selfish and so disgusting, as evidenced by a whole bunch of shit I don't even need to go there. We know this story. That her biggest ally, her staunchest supporter and defender, if she knew that bitch had damn near an ounce of dope in her purse and she was going down the road and didn't have it, she would call the police. And she called the police. I could see her doing it. And called on her so they would do this just to cause a distraction. Because guess what, guys? I didn't make any videos about Gypsy yesterday. I made them about BRI. And so did everybody else. Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. And these people are so hard up right now to try to fucking fix this bitch's reputation as best they can, man. And still try to carry on this fake baby charade at the same time. Because when that comes out, when people get about their wits and finally look into that, when someone with the big name has their fancy attorney call the courthouse or go up to the courthouse, their attorneys, and find out that there's no paternity test ever for any of them, and there was no mention of anything to do with any kind of pregnancy or baby in that fucking divorce at all ever, then they're going to know, and that's going to be that. And Lifetime goes down then, and then everyone else that was lying is going to go down then too. That's why they can't ever let that get out. But what I'm telling you guys, this whole arrest with BRI is a distraction, one way or the other. Either Gypsy and Big Sheena plotted it, because guess what? You get BRI out of the way, Big Sheena moves up rank. This was a ploy by them. They called on her as a distraction. Get all the attention off of fucking Gypsy and her evil fucking bullshit and her videos and put it on BRI. This is where we're at, guys. Either way, this is a distraction is what this is, man. How this went, this is a distraction. It's too easy. It's too textbook. She was pulled over because of a taillight and her tags fucked up. You guys, this was an easy one to set up. Break the taillight thing. Switch your plates out. Get a bag of dope. Set it up. There you go. You know. Or she really was in that predicament, which I don't believe. I don't believe she drove from wherever her other parish is that she lives in, St. Bernard or wherever the fuck it is, to there with the fucked up tag and a light out. I don't believe that. Unless, you know. And also, well, anyway, I don't have enough time. The video is about to end. But I want to talk about the weight that they found on her in another video, guys. Don't let them fool you. This is a diversion, period.